So the purpose of this course is named as Scientific Conduct and Ethics. We'll talk about ethical issues relating to science. Number one. Number two is that we will also bring about the different topics with sufficient time for in-class discussion. And so there are two teachers here, Michael and I. So I would take care of the first half of the course, and Michael would take care of the second half of the course. All right. As you can see that we have decided to take away the attendance requirement due to the request from the students of the class boycott concern group. So we have added that 5% into the online MCQ and then the 5% into the course book exam. Okay. For my part of teaching, only online MCQ and a term paper. No exam. I usually hate exam. Not that I hate to mark exam, but I really find that would be more important that we discuss and see how we do conduct, okay, on scientific conduct. So I will explain a little bit more about the requirement. And then also, what else? Yeah, and then for Michael's teaching, there will be exams, or one exam at the last lecture, I suppose. So you can see that KM is mine, that's me, and these are my topics. I'll come back to these topics later. As you can see, and also explain to you that since many of you would be environmental majors, so I've added 1 or 2 lectures more on climate ethics and also sustainable development. Okay. Other than that would be back to the basic scientific conduct and scientific misconduct. And then at last I will talk about baby editing or gene editing. Okay. And then for Michael's teaching, the topics would include bioethics of animals and medicine, GM crops and abortion and reproduction and stem cell technology and so on. And then please note that the last teaching week will be time for the final exam, only for Michael's part, not mine. Is that clear? And then the rest are just standard procedure, academic honesty, and then the grade descriptors. Right? So that's the course outline. And so we shall be meeting here every Thursday afternoon. And then I hope that I will spend within an hour to go over the topic. For Michael's part of teaching, he will be spending more time on a long video, which if you worry that you could not finish it, you could watch them anytime. Alright? For my part of teaching, I would need to elaborate a little bit more of the basic concepts. Sometimes those are not easy to be explained just by watching YouTube. Alright? Anything else about the course? And yeah, for the online MCQ, those are not really MCQ. Those are the questions that we have from the University Research Ethics Committee. So if you become a researcher in CUHK, like for example ourselves, we all need to finish all those required MCQs. First, by watching a short video. Second, by answering all the questions until you all get passed. Okay, so if you could finish that certificate, you could apply for research grant or become a validated researcher. Without doing that, as a teacher, myself, we could not even apply for any research grant. Okay? But that website covers several different things, including how to do human issues, how to do survey, including questionnaires, and of course we deal with animal testing or drug testing and so on. Okay, so I'll get back to that later. So I suppose that for the MCQ, everyone, if you have finished that, would get that full score, unless you have not finished that. I'm still trying to find a way that would be easy for every one of us, and then you may prove that you have already obtained those certificates. Okay, then everybody got that 15%. For the term paper, I would suppose that would be good for you guys to finish this within 5 to 10 pages. So I have actually put down all the details into the sites here, the outline, the reading materials, and then the term paper submission, all the details here. Page limit, 5 to 10 pages. I actually don't like to put down page limits, but since many students ask, oh, you must have some range, right? So I put it down 5 to 10. No, less than 5, but not more than 10. You could write a 100-page term paper, but the content would be meaningless. All right, and you could write a very good essay, only a few pages, and that could make a very significant contribution or knowledge of the field. Like for example, James Watson and Francis Crick, they discovered the DNA structure of double helix. The paper in Nature was only 2 pages, a 2-page paper with one figure. That's the double helix, and that is it. And that was the greatest invention or discovery in the last century. Okay, so what I'm trying to explain to you, you may. Sometimes some students write to me, oh, is it double spacing or 1.5? And I don't know. Within that range, 5 to 10 pages with a few figures. So all the things I put down here, and then the university guideline on academic honesty, I won't repeat it again. And more importantly is the file name. Don't just say term paper. In my computer, then when I turn it on, I will have thousands of files known as term paper. Put down the name of your paper and the title of your paper and the name of your paper. All right. I am trying to make it a group project, but I'm not so sure. If you say, okay, it's too much for us, perhaps that could be a group project. I'm still thinking about it. Okay. But if it's a group project, then the page limit would be expanded to 10 to 15. All right? Now, the topics. I have not deliberately put down any specific topics. I always encourage students to find interesting topic to, excite me. I suppose all the discussion topics or all the in-class discussion topics could be used. Okay. And of course, all those topics that never touch in your in-class discussion, you could use it as well. All right, be that more closer to biochemistry or biotechnology or environmental sustainability and so on, and that is on your own choice. Okay? 没问题. All right, and then submit to here. I think I set a deadline. Can't remember which deadline is that. Have I set a deadline? Yeah. 22nd actually. And then I put it down on December 23rd. That is the midnight. Just in case you will have problem with submitting the paper. All right. So, anything else about the course arrangement? Online MCQ, after you watch the videos from the ORCTS, O-R-K-T-S, Office of Knowledge Transfer from the university. Okay, and then they have 4 different domains you need to finish it. And then the term paper, that would cover all or any one of the topics that we are going to have a discussion in the class. All right, and then what else? Yeah, the final exam, only for Michael's teaching. All right, that would be closed book. Okay, for my part of teaching, there's no exam. Okay.